Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich. We're going to be to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profit. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my experience of having COVID-19 and also what I've been doing and what I am doing to make sure that to get myself healthy. Now, before I continue and tell you about it, I want to let you know this is not medical advice, nor is it investment advice. And you should do your own due diligence, but please subscribe, comment, like, upvote, share this video so other people can learn from my experience. And follow me on Twitter at cryptorichYT and join my Telegram announcement channel, which is linked in the description below, Crypto Rich Official.
Steve and Dave use eToro to trade cryptocurrencies. Steve has a watch list for promising breakout coins. Dave has a watch list too. So why is Dave just as good a trader as Steve? It's because Dave used eToro's copy trader to automatically replicate Steve's trading activity. Whenever Steve makes a trade, Dave does too. Trade like a Steve with eToro, the world's leading social trading platform.
So first off, what makes me think that I have COVID-19? Because I haven't been tested. So I have 3 people in my community, one a cousin, another a GP, another one a GP, and this third one has had coronavirus herself. And I've been in communication with all 3 of them, letting them know about my symptoms and also about my wife's symptoms because she's also had, or we think she also has coronavirus. There is an article which I'll link to in the description below which lists, which I'll show you now, right, which lists the mild symptoms. So I haven't had a fever, no dry cough, not fatigue. My wife has fatigue. Sputum production, no. Shortness of breath, no. Sore throat, yes, I've had a sore throat for several days. Headache, little bit for a little while. My wife has had a headache. Muscle aches and pains, no. Chills, no. Nausea or vomiting, no. Nasal congestion, no. Diarrhea, no. Coughing up blood, no, thank goodness. Red eyes, yes. So I've had that, so that one of my eye, this eye, it is better. I've had it for a few days now. It was kind of pinkish. I haven't had a loss of sense of smell. So my wife hasn't had a fever, but she hasn't had loss of fatigue. She's been in bed for the last day and a half, but I've not been fatigued or anything. I've been active. Having consulted with my 3 GP personal contacts, having looked through this and given what's going around, it's likely that I have coronavirus. Also because it's really, really rare for me to get a cold or a flu. I've been high fat, low carb for over 8 years. I've also been vegan, I've also been vegetarian, I've also done nothing in particular. But since being high fat, low carb, the regular colds I used to get and the annual flu that would lay me down for a whole week, I don't get them anymore. Just don't get them. And the reason for that, I think, is because I'm not taking in rice, sugar, anything with flour in it, corn, processed foods, sweet chocolates and sweets and all of that stuff, right? I don't take them in. I do occasionally have good quality ice cream, though, as a treat. So I don't have a lot of glucose swimming around in my body all the time. And what happens is, in the absence of glucose, the body produces compounds known as ketones. Ketones are energy bodies made from stored fat. And one of the ketones is beta-hydroxybutyrate, which is a potent antioxidant. And I've come across accounts saying it's as potent as vitamin C. Because the other thing is I have very little vitamin C in my diet, but I don't have any signs of scurvy or anything like that. I have had health improvements. But beta-hydroxybutyrate is a very potent antioxidant. So it knocks out a lot of the free radicals in the same way that vitamin C does. And these free radicals go around causing inflammation, making you sick. Now, the body still produces glucose on a high-fat, low-carb diet. It does that from proteins. So since October last year, keto carnivore, I subsist on a diet of eggs, butter, coconut oil, ghee. I tend to cook in ghee or animal fat, and the ghee is made from butter and lots of red meat and organ meat, and wherever I can, always the fatty cuts of meat. That's pretty much what my diet has been. But anyway, since going high fat, low carb, no colds, no flus, so I start showing up these symptoms like the pink eye and a sore throat that won't go away, and I get a bit peculiar, get a bit interested. Now, I've been taking vitamin C as a preventative measure during this pandemic, 1.35 grams of vitamin powder in the morning and the same again at night. That hasn't been sufficient. Now, Dr. Richard Cheng, who's a doctor who is working in Shanghai and Wuhan, he advocates vitamin C as a treatment protocol and also as a prevention protocol. He recommends taking 5 to 10 grams a day of vitamin C if you're healthy. Now, I haven't been doing that. Perhaps I should have done, given what's going on. And by the way, if you're interested in getting vitamin C or vitamin D, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, I have an affiliate link for bulk powders in the description below, which will give you an additional discount if you use that. You don't have to. and it also helps support the channel. Now, since getting ill, or suspecting that I'm ill with coronavirus, one of the things I've done is I've upped my vitamin C intake to what are known as bowel tolerance levels. So bowel tolerance is when the body has more vitamin C than it needs, then what it does, it ejects it through poop. It's very, very urgent call of nature, cannot be mistaken with anything else. And this way I know that my body is getting more vitamin C than it needs to kill the pathogens. So every hour, every couple of hours, I've been having, let's see, between 2 to 5 or 6 grams of vitamin C powder. And then I get all kind of gurgly in my stomach, and off I go. And then after a little while, I have some more vitamin C. And I do feel that I am improving. You know, my pink eye isn't as sore as it was before, and also that my throat has got better. If you listen to my last few videos, I think I sound a little bit more hoarse, but it hurts less. The other thing that I've been doing is I've been supplementing with vitamin D. There's an article that I'll link below from the BMJ, which says that vitamin D could also be preventative. And there's been news out about how people with darker skins in northern latitudes, like myself, are more risk of coronavirus. It's killing more Black and Asian people in the UK and the US than it is white people. And that could be, I think, because of vitamin D deficiency. I need more vitamin D. I need more sunshine to make the same amount of vitamin D than as a fairer person would. And the sunshine here in the north, it's, you don't get as much as you might do in around the equatorial regions or the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. Now, I have really, really high vitamin D because I sunbathe a lot, or I sit and work out in the sun whenever I can during the summer, whenever it's warm enough, so I can top up. But I'm interested in my levels being even higher. So my levels in September were 60 nanograms per milliliter, which according to the NHS is at toxic levels. So it's 150 nanomoles per liter in British currency. And the NHS recommends no higher than 120, which is 48 nanograms per milliliter. But I've found some information suggesting that hunter-gatherers living traditional lifestyles had vitamin D levels of 70 nanograms per milliliter. So 70 times 2.5, to do the conversion, is 210 nanomoles per liter. So I am low. So given what's going on, and given that I want to treat myself as well, I'm upping my vitamin D intake. I took 100,000 IU yesterday. I took 100,000 IU this morning. And I may take some more, but I'm running out of vitamin K2. Now, what vitamin K2, MK7 does is it takes the calcium that the vitamin D releases into the bloodstream. And it's that calcium that causes, that free-floating calcium that causes vitamin D toxicity, or is associated with vitamin D toxicity. What K2, MK7 does is it takes that calcium to where it's needed in the body. So you don't get toxicity with sufficient amounts of vitamin K2, MK7. And when I spoke to my doctor about this in September, what my doctor said, she didn't know about vitamin K2. They just don't know. So I'm taking lots of vitamin K2, MK7 with my vitamin D. I've noticed I'm getting better anyway. And I invite you to do your own due diligence. Check out the links in the description below. Check out the channel of Dr. Richard Cheng. And between now and when I see you next, please take care of yourself and keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye-bye. Protect your privacy and your freedom. Use a VPN. Discount code for NordVPN in the description below with a 30-day money-back guarantee.